Eastern Time.
Take a splash of inspiration.
Oh my gosh, is that it? That was short. That was really short. Okay, I'm ready. Happy Moon Day, Monday the 21st. I say Monday, but if you're in Australia, it's probably Tuesday, right? Just set it up and grab the first card. I haven't even done that yet. I just put away the other ones. And dim my screen, save some battery life. How you guys doing? Number 1, numéro 1, acceptation, accept. Accept. I'm gonna leave that at that. Start with a crystal card. It's rare that I start a live stream on my own without anything else in the chat, and I don't particularly have anything that I'm coming in for except to hold space. And so yeah, I'm just gonna pull a couple cards and get some momentum going. Let's see what's meant to be today. Okay, that way. Anchor energy. Right on, sweetie. You okay? So my comment to you the other day about the vibrations you were feeling, did you ask? You benevolent or malevolent? Because that was what, 2 or 3 days ago that way? And this morning, I didn't go into it very far. It was just a snippet, but actually it wasn't a snippet, it was a comment of someone saying they were feeling certain vibrations where they were in Florida. Now, I'm not sure, it was just a comment, a random one, but it stood out because of what you said the other day. Hey, Pearl Jones. Nice pink flower energy, sweetie. Are you feeling that Pinky Lee energy? Roar, 2 came out. Dalmatian stone. I don't have one of those, and I'm the kind of person that You know, when I pull cards or see a crystal or hear about a crystal, it's like, boom, I'm on it. That's my next one. But then when I get to somewhere where there's actual crystals, I forget, whee, because I didn't write it down. So Dalmatian stone is coming into my life. It's just not here yet. And Apache tears, well, I do have some of those. I've been gifting the Apache tears that I have since, I would say, 2016 or 17. I've gifted many of them. So I'm going to start with the Dalmatian stone. Reminds me of dog energy. Dalmatian. So I had a lot of dreams last night or early this morning, but I couldn't remember any of them. I just remembered the feeling of like wee and happiness and just awesomeness. But I was just on Instagram flipping through my feed, whatever it's called, and boom, there was a post or a video, whatever it's fucking called, rock climbing, and they were at elevation with their equipment on, and they were about to rappel, and I was like, boom, that was my dream in my dream last night. So I dreamed that I was at a mountain peak ish, because it's not, you don't always get to the actual summit and peak, it depends, right? But anyways, so I'm at high elevation, there's other people with me, I got my equipment on, there's people around me who are scared shitless and saying stuff to me, and I'm telling them, like, you know, you either gonna enjoy and watch and enjoy, or leave. I don't want your fear. Leave. Get out of here if you're scared, right? And I had just asked the person who helped me put the equipment on, when I repel, like when I'm going down, should I go gently when I bounce, right? Like when I push off from the rocks, or should I just like, or like fucking like a ninja monkey? And his answer was, if you're ready, if you think you're ready to go hard, just go hard, go all in kind of thing. And I was like, whee! And the last thing I remember was like, boom, just like leaping off. Woo! I love when dream recall comes from outside something, right? And I felt to share. Anybody else dreaming of mountains and climbing specifically with equipment? Let me know. Dalmatian stone. Hi, Sophia Grace. Okay, number 19. Playfulness, childlike joy and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, and laughter. Boom. I knew I wanted one of those, but I forgot why. Watch children playing, and you're watching them learn. Serious as though life might seem at times, Dalmatian spirit is calling you to embrace the absurdity of this world, to laugh and find humor in the everyday experiences that might otherwise frustrate you. All of us are here to learn, and laughter makes the lessons so much easier. And sometimes it even makes it stick a little better, for it can help you write a funny story to tell again and again. Remember that time? Boy, did I learn my lesson. Now is a good moment to crack a joke, to break the tension, and remind yourself that alongside trouble and hardship dances a spirit of playfulness. And I do want to say that there is the bypassing of everything becomes a joke, so you're not facing certain fears or certain patterns and certain things, because everything just becomes a joke, right? There is a balance to be had with that. Honesty, vulnerability, is very important with that laughter energy, right? This is not the time for trudging or marching, but for skipping. Sing a song, make a goofy face, and recognize that the conscious universe throws you off course at times to remind you that the surprises are gifts from the invisible realms. Dalmatian stone spirit is calling you to lighten up, buttercup. It doesn't really say buttercup, I do. And open yourself to playing with possibilities. Who knows what you will discover as you join in on the fun. Conscious universe is not here to trick you, but to help you. That's important. Relationship message. Joyful memories bind us to those we love. And the appearance of Dalmatian stone spirit is a sign that today you're meant to share laughter with those that are close to you. Our time here on earth is short and we are meant to play and have fun. If you think back on those who have passed, the silliest stories might be the ones that you cherish as memories the most. They help you recall the joy that you had being with them. Relationships can always use improvement, but today you're called to simply just bring laughter and fun into your relationships. And the crystal spirit meditation for the Dalmatian stone. Meditation with Dalmatian stone can assist us in finding the place within that remembers what joy feels like. It teaches us that it's necessary to throw off the shackles of our burdens now and then. After all, we are not here to survive. And this stone asks us to dance, sing, laugh, play, and enjoy life, savoring what it feels like to be alive. And I understand why these two cards came out at the same time, because the Apache tear is a very it's a whole other level of an energy. Number 5. Right? I'll get to your comment in a second. That way, I'm just going to finish off this read. Card number 5, Apache tears. Letting go of grief, recovering from the past, releasing pain so that old wounds heal. Before we came to this planet, our souls agreed to experience both love and loss in this lifetime, along with the pleasures and the pains of being in our bodies, so that we might experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment and find our destiny. There's a great beauty in being broken open, for a heart that has fully expanded with grief is one that truly understands that rejection is God's protection. Faith in something better coming our way will set the wheels in motion for attracting that which we most deserve. Often we simply cannot recognize that there's a far better plan at work than our own. The message of Apache tear is to not fear or repress your emotion. Release them through your body so you can prepare yourself to heal from the heartache and receive all that the conscious universe has in store for your pleasure and happiness. That way, since I've talked about it, it has subsided to a very light buzz, but I can still tell, and I can also tell when it's totally gone. So I don't know what to make of it. I do know that I'm protected 100% though. Yeah. I know that what I feel is the vibration of the earth, right? That's kind of why as well I was thinking a lot about how I reacted to your comment the other day, and I was like, well, just because I feel the good stuff doesn't mean somebody else does, right? Just because I'm able to detach from the whole, like, Wi-Fi and all that shit, and doesn't mean that other people can for, right, certain stuff. There are people who shut their router or modem down every night, and if they don't, they can't fall asleep. They will remember to get up and go turn it off at some point and be like, shit, I forgot, right? And then they won't forget for a little while again. Whereas I remember when Haley was here, she was here for 2 months, almost day for day, 57 days, I counted. And I slept on the couch that whole time. And it was about a month in where I was like, my head is right where the fucking router is. And I was like, should I turn my head around? Should I turn it off? And no, like I don't feel weird ass shit. You know what I mean? Whereas other people, knows this much is true when they say certain things that, happen or that they feel, right? Hi, Sahil. How's it going? looking for a specific book. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna go with a Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. Raw. Whale energy, guys. Whale and Orca elders, share your song. Frequency of sound. Diving deep. The whale and orca elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love into the planet, to harmonize it with their song. And as they weave around the oceans, they do much more than any of us even know. Their physical presence affects the Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics, call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you will never forget. Oh my gosh, that's so true. And especially having, I would use the words, held space for whales in captivity. That's a whole other level of the look compared to a whale in their natural habitat, right? I can remember connecting with a shark in a tank in Niagara Falls, and I almost passed out. You know, shark can't grow if it's put into a certain, size of a tank. So I remember I was looking at it. It was like, it's so small. Like, what the fuck? It's so small, but it's not a baby. Like, I didn't get it, right? I didn't, my mind seeing the energy that I was seeing, knowing that it wasn't a baby, even though it was like so miniature, was like, it was surreal to me. Anyways, I go from whale to shark, but shark energy is very important. No wasted movements, guys. No wasted movements. Looking into the eye is something that you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, and the story. They see right into your soul. Indeed, and those of us that have that whale spirit energy, how we make people feel naked, and one day we can be on a pedestal. I love you so much, I love you forever, I'm so happy I found you. But the fact that we see how we see, and it cannot be turned off, freaks the fuck out of people, right? When even if we don't call out the lie or the untruth or the things that aren't being said, right? And those with a high enough frequency and knowing of their gifts now, right? When you're stripped naked and you can't fucking fake it till you make it in front of someone, and you can tell everybody, right, certain things, but certain other people now, there's no belief system. We know, and again, much of what we know right now these days, these last months, the highest download that most of us are receiving is don't react. Don't add fuel to the fire. Just allow for people to be how they are, and depending on, the level of intensity or certain things, you either, separate yourself completely, or just allow them to like play along with certain things. stripping somebody of their veils right now if they're not prepared is not an act of empathy and compassion, right? So a lot of people are in projection mode. That's because they're barely hanging on to the stories they're telling themselves. So trying to, right, point out or prove something is actually to their, not to their or our advantage. It's right. Kindness matters, kindness matters, kindness matters, right? If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency. Bow to who you truly are. Question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. And this is really important because one of the things that I've seen when I go into live streams or I listen to certain people talk is that they've protected themselves with their, their bubbles and their this and their shields. They haven't laid down certain things, or they're picking them up to not, right, to be like able to be eloquent while speaking. But at some point, the shields and certain things have to be put down, right? And that's one of the, I don't know, that's where I'm at, where it's like I don't get to put certain shields up anymore. And if I do, then my heart's not open enough to receive or to interact certain ways. I don't know if that makes sense the way I'm saying it, but that's the way that it's coming out of me. I'm really good. Could you please go somewhere else? Because I'm not here for like whatever it is you're here for, person. Okay? Go away, purple eye. Fuck. The whale and orca elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings. Drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart, four chambers of your heart, to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all of those that you meet. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have time or patience for fuckery, right? Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Hey, Jansu. Roar. Jansu, wow. I started watching at the whale, my spirit animal. Love you, Jean. Love you too, sweetie. Thanks for listening to your heart and coming in. Hi, Alex. Hello, beautiful souls. Bonsoir, Geneviève. Comment ça va, Alex? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. I strive to read cards as I don't detach and ignore other things around me. So, and because, like, let's say, like, I don't know, 98% of people who come in here, you know what I mean, are real, and what they have to write down in the chat sometimes can be the very thing that's coming through with the card. So it's like an assistance energy, right? So I've been told before, like, I should just focus on the card, and I was like, oh no, other people do it their way and I'm different, right? I do it where I look around, I grab other syncs while I'm talking, and I'm able to read the chat as I read my stuff, right? To help amp up the flow. So anything that messes around is just like, it's like a bug. That's it. It doesn't matter if the words are positive, I love you. Okay, point taken. Enough. Stop repeating it, right? Anyways. Roar. Cheers. Jimmy, if ever you get a chance, if you weren't there this morning, I was very quiet in the live stream this morning. I participated a little bit, like I didn't act like I wasn't there, but I wasn't really present in the chat super much. But if you get a chance, 7 and Jackie did their merge live stream this morning. And a lot of flow, energy cards, and the perspective, feminine, masculine, in unity. They really held an amazing space if you ever have time to look at that video. Roar, Alex. I almost went to bed, but then I double checked my phone. Dude, I was outside and I was like, okay, if I want to say hi to Alex, or if he's gonna have time to pop in, it has to be now. And I came in. Whee. How you guys doing? If anybody wants a card, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull random cards. Alex, so I'm still clowning around a little bit here. Right on. Yeah. Raw, Wasp Spirit. I saw this card in my mind's eye before I came in. So I'm gonna be really honest. I only have like 2 cards in all of my 20-something decks that can actually give me that like right feeling. But I'm grateful for them because they are like, there's only, right? I do oracle cards first of all, not tarot, and spirit cards. So I only have 3 to 4 cards all together that can speak or be the warning of something hard coming in. And I got a feeling today, and it's like, I'm not sure if it's personal, if it's collective, if someone I love is going to, something is happening or going to be, happening. But I can't even remember the last time I had this feeling inside. It's been a long time. And again, I'm not sure if it's personal, something's coming that is going to sting me personally very hard, and I'm going to have to get through it, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And asking more questions is trying to predict or, manifest a timeline, and I don't have access to that. Actually, I do have access to that, but it is not something that, first of all, I play around with unless there's a greater good. And yeah, I've always, especially in the last years, been told that for the ones of us that are seers, the less that we try to look into future timelines, the more that we anchor the space, hold the space for the highest, greatest good for the all, that's safer than trying to, right, look ahead and trying to know so much more. This being said as well, we are at the height of, wasp, hornet season around me as well. So there's a lot of, I have zero fear. I'm not allergic, but I don't like, I don't like anything happening to my body that I can't, like, not manifest. So I'm careful. Like, if I've set something to drink down, I look into it before I take a drink. Before I sit down, I look to see if anything's there, because there's just so many right now in our reality. So this could be the warning for somebody as well of, you know what I mean? Sometimes something that feels big is really little, because we don't always get advance warning when something is going to happen. So sometimes when I have a big feeling, it's like it's a little thing that's going to happen or that can be avoided, right? We'll see. But take what resonates, leave the rest. Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Not all that spirit creates in nature is easy to love. But when we look through the eyes of Wasp Spirit, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there's a purpose for pain, just as there's a purpose for wasps in the natural world. Wasps keep insect populations down. They support the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life might hurt, And you might feel deeply disappointment or even resentful that Wasp Spirit has shown up. But you will soon come to see that Spirit had something wonderful in store for you. You may well come to realize that being stung led you to something far better than you had envisioned for yourself. Perhaps behind the scenes, Wasp Spirit was conspiring with Spirit to ensure that you could grow something of value to you. Spirit has a plan, and Wasp plays a part. Have you ever looked back and been so glad that your prayers weren't answered because the path you took led you to something far better? Wasp Spirit is a reminder to reflect on those times, for today's sting might hurt, but something better awaits you. I'm going to read the protection message. Are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? Or could you have just stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer, etc. Jealousy is a false belief that you can't have what you want, or that someone could take away something that was once supposed to be yours. Let it go and release the feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp Spirit has woken you up, and now you're called to trust that disappointment will lead to a different and better path. Align with Spirit now and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so. For the pain subsides when you stop telling the story about how much it hurts. Hi, Amber LaShaw. How's it going, sweetie? Jimmy, I'll be sure to check it out. I haven't been getting notifications. Thank you. You're welcome. Amber, it'd be cool if you pulled the bee card. Pulled the wasp instead, honey. Alex, I don't need a card because I can't take the advice seriously. I used to even listen to horoscopes, but now I don't have any patience for almost anything. Roar. I resonate with that, Alex. Truly, I don't allow myself to listen to many card readers, and I don't pull in my personal reality. I use the cards in the stream as a tool, right? And that's it. But when I do trust and consent to have a card, pulled by someone, there's always something for me. Sometimes it's the stuff I don't want to hear, right? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do that. You can't tell me, the cards can't tell me that, but that's still the message, right? Don't shoot the messenger. Hi, Seven. I was just, I had just told Jimmy about the stream you and Jackie did earlier. Seven, I definitely avoid jealousy. I take control. Yeah, I definitely, that jealousy, envy type of energy is not something that I gravitate to very much, and I can sniff it, right? I can sniff it out. Especially, anyways, doesn't matter, especially what. Hi, Lake Superior, Skywatcher, Nature Lover. Seven must be walking into work. Had a good time with you and Jackie. Boom, guys. So earlier, a number popped up, and I was like, I had that address sometime in my life, but I can't remember where. So I went online, and I closed my restaurant in 2008, October specifically, and I never used online like anything. Right? I didn't have a website back then. I didn't have any advertising online at all, right? But I put my restaurant name just to see, because I was looking for the one pen. It's always here, but it's not here right now. So it's like in the fourth dimension somewhere, and I can't get to it till I dip back down. Or, anyways. But I was wondering, it was at my restaurant that had, anyways, I looked for the pen for like 10, 15 minutes. Lily even got up to help. And can't find the fucker. So, anyways, I went online and there's one thing about my restaurant, and it was seven principal, which the direct translation would be main street in English is principal in French, but seven principal, if I was going to translate the word, street. And my phone number, which I did remember, but was 819-765-3441. 144, 344, whichever one you want to read. Yeah, so I was like, I couldn't remember my address, but yeah, it was 7 Principal South. So that was kind of a weird, and it was under a restaurant thing for Quebec, and it just shows that this restaurant has been reported as permanently closed. So that was like so whoa, because just I never really did anything online, and I was hoping to find something, and that's what I found. Anyways, weird random story, but yeah, weird and random, but I'm somebody who changed phone numbers and addresses so many times in my life. Like, some people remember their childhood phone numbers, and it's like, fuck, I had way too many, right? But looking back at some, like when I open something and see an address from when I was a kid or whatever, the numbers were always there. And that my restaurant was the building 7, and that, the 3441, 144 backwards, was in my phone number. It's always been there, right? Anyways. Amber, you thought I pulled that card because of your comment? No, yeah. Maninja, yes. Okay, I'm going to put this back here and catch up to the chat. Amber, yeah, I was hoping it'd be more hopeful, but WASP it is. Yeah. 7 says Genevieve, I believe that thoughts like jealousy are actually demonic or artificial in nature. Those kind of things are being projected, transmitted. Yeah. On some level, yes, right? You could just take the time right now and go Google, right? Or look up what's the top 100 songs, pop songs in America right now. And, the subject of the songs, about half of them are about cheating and bragging that people are cheating, right? Or certain things like that. Like, so yes, the projections are all there with everything. I don't believe. I believe that if we were born into a world where we were loved, cherished, protected, and honored right away as children, as babies, that we wouldn't even have a concept of what jealousy or envy is. That's programmed into us after our birth. I don't think it comes naturally from us. You know what I mean? I did, Amber. I showed the pen a couple of months ago. Yes, I did. Yep. And that's why I know it's here. The only thing that could have happened is that it flipped on the ground. But all it's telling me is because everything here is just it's like a mishmash of feathers and rocks and little sinks and trinkets. All it's my inner message is clean your space, clean the space a little bit, maybe dust it off. You know what I'm saying? Like Superior Skywatcher and Nature Lover. I remember my last landline. I don't. It would have been in Temagami. I had to have a landline because I was working from home through the internet, taking calls, and I had to have like the landline at the time. But I can't remember what the number was. And that would have been 2016, 15, we let that go. So I can't remember. Weird. Yeah. Amber says, as my best friend's girl is playing on the radio. Boom, right? You get it? It's true, though. Yeah. I always there's two songs, there's a lot of songs I would want to redo from like the perspective of like of Jesse's girl, for example. Like I would rewrite that fucking song in a heartbeat from her perspective of like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Of course I don't fucking notice you're alive. You're my fucking boyfriend's best friend. Like, ew, ew. I don't want to see your fucking dick, right? Like, ah, get the fuck out. And a song from the perspective of Jolene. Who the fuck's your guy? Who the fuck are you talking about, right? It ain't my fucking problem if he's dreaming about me. Maybe you should fucking leave, right? You should fucking leave, girl. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is it? You know what I mean? You know how many people I fucking talk to in a day and you tell me your fucking dude's dreaming about you and I shouldn't take him? Who the fuck is it? Right? Jesus Christ. That's my phone number. Also has quite a few. I should have swallowed that before I started talking, eh? Number sevens. Dude, I'm gonna move around a little bit. I know I've only been on for 41 minutes, but I got woo! Whew, just passing through. I won't be long. Hi, Jelly Jungle. Salut Genevieve. Hope you're having a good one, mate. Yeah. Happy Monday, dude. Jill Woodworth talks. Yes, yes. I know what you mean about the lyric rewrites. Right? Yeah. Like there's some songs I love the beat, the flow of it, but I will not bend down and fucking do this for you. You know what I mean? I don't want to be called a fucking bitch because I'm a female. Stuff like that, right? Yeah, there's a lot. Someday. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some goddess energy. Speaking of, I don't want to be called a bitch and told to bend over. Bring up some goddess energy. You know what I'm saying, eh? Yeah. Words matter. So there's some songs like I can't. I remember telling somebody like at one point in my life I don't even like I can still listen to some songs even if the N word is there, but I won't sing it. And he's like, bullshit, yeah, you do. And anyways, he proceeded to just like observe me for a while, and then a week or so after I had said that, he's like, holy fuck, I've been putting songs on like for a week and watching you, and you know, as you bop around the kitchen, and he's like, you really don't say them or sing that part. And I was like, I told you. It's just, yeah, it doesn't, right? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I told you. Why would I give an energy to it if, right? There's songs that the girls used to get so mad at me sometimes because I'd be driving and say, I cannot drive to this song right now. Listening to a sad song that, you know, brought me recall of something. And I was like, I remember like me and Amy having like almost a fight about it sometimes because she wanted to hear a song so much. And I was telling her, I can't drive to this. No, I don't want to listen to this. And trying to get her to understand, like, as she was older, that like, you don't get it. Like, the fucking trauma that I lived in my past and this fucking song, I can't drive right now. I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack. And like, as she got older and later when she got imprinted, had her heartbreak and the stuff that happened to her, there's songs now that it's like, fucking don't you put that in front of me, mom. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't fucking, you tell me stop, I stop. I get it. Right? When everything's fine and you get a flashback of something that you didn't remember that happened, like, it doesn't matter how long ago, in the moment, and especially if you're driving, I'm like, no, yuck, ooh, right? Because that's the kind of person I am too, eh? My downloads, my triggers, my certain things, they don't happen while I'm sitting there, oh, la-di-da, and connecting to the squirrels and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They happen when I'm in the fucking middle of fucking, you know, a line in public, or as I'm driving, or that one time where somebody's, you know, with me, then it's like, boom, certain things, right? I've had heart chakra openings driving down highways where it's like, what the fuck? Like 10 minutes ago, I would have been parked. Why didn't it happen there? What the fuck, right? To have to multitask as your heart is like, and all these things are expanding. Oh my gosh, I wish I could be just like this, you know, oh, it all happens when I'm in a trance. No, it doesn't. Holy shitballs. I can see myself in 2018. I have to pick up my daughter from work. I'm on the beach. Something happens and I'm having the biggest heart chakra opening on the beach that's fucking full of people. But now I gotta take my car, drive, and it's hot. It's hot as balls. And it doesn't matter if my car has air conditioning. I hate using it. So I've kept on my tank top that's like sporty and my short shorts over my bikini bottoms because this is what I was swimming in. And I go to grab a coffee at the takeout before I pick up my daughter because I got 5 minutes, you know what I mean, leeway. Motherfucking Interact machine doesn't work. So it's like, okay, if I want a coffee, I gotta go stand inside. But I'm having a full-blown heart chakra opening. It kind of feels like a panic attack, right? Because that's how they are for me, right? It's not all, oh, angels are coming down. It's so beautiful. It's like, right? Fight or flight, fight or flight. Is my heart gonna burst? Am I gonna... Anyways, so I decide, without thinking, I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in and grab a coffee because I want my coffee. And as I'm standing there, I got a bunch of fucking dudes acting as if they're not fucking staring at me. And I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like heart racing and being fucking stared at. And it's just like, what the fuck? Right? Like when you look at somebody in public, would you be able to tell if something is going on inside their body? Right? You ever been in public and there's somebody standing really far away from everybody and they're just like in their bubble and trying to fucking breathe? And when you know somebody's like looking around for one thing to fucking focus on, right? To get that breath back. Anyways, get to the card after I get to the comments. Thank you, Simon. I love that little chime song you play, Jen. Thank you. Me too. You just laying in the bath listening to it? Right on, Simon. time is it for you, Simon? It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, love to love. Totally exact same thing with my daughter. So many years ago, I went to visit her at college and I had to tell her to keep turning the channel. I couldn't take it. You know what I mean then, Jelly Bean, eh? Yeah. And it's like, I remember one time she was like, we just played this song like last week and it was fine. And I was like, yep. But right now, today, in this moment, it's not. You know what I mean? And that's it. Oh, your son, you meant? You guys came to a happy medium most of the time? Definitely. Has to. Has to. But I always say, I'm the one that's driving. I trump everybody, right? Love you. Love anybody in the fucking car. But I'm the one that has to have my attention. And I'm the one that's got to be alert, right? So, whole other level. And it's hilarious because now my daughter drives, right? She'll come see us a couple times a year. And when we get in, first I let Lily sit in the front so she can experience, big sister time in the front, sit in the back. And they laugh their fucking nuts off because Amy, like she says, it's my car. I'll listen to what I want to, right? And it's like, go ahead. I'll tune it out. It's fine. I'll jump out. I'll fucking jump out. I'll jump out if you piss me off. It's fine. Yeah, love to love. But when he puts on rap, which I like rap, but when it starts talking about jail and killing, that's too much. And I just have to have him change it. Yeah. I'm not down with those like the female rappers all like, slutting and whoring and shit, and I can't handle that shit. I don't care who it is. Love to love. And God forbid if I start dancing or singing, it pisses him off so much. Most of the time I will appease him and understand he's a teenager, but he's so much joy down, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say this because, you know, being a parent is not it's not all it's all quacked up to be all the time, but I remember looking my daughter in the eye when she was about 16 or 17 and saying first, I could be in front of a million people and do something and never feel as humiliated, small, and stupid as the way you laugh and ridicule me all the time. How can it hurt if a stranger tells me I look old or that I'm a fucking grandma or that I got this or that I'm like that when I've heard it all from you, and nothing could hurt more than your own child, right? Belittling you all the fucking time, right? Unless you need something. And so, that's the unspoken of teenage years sometimes where, oh, my daughter was my best friend. Really? Really? Are you sure that's how it happened? Right, Felicia? Are you sure that's how it was? Because, yeah, some people do have that. Great. But not everybody does. And, some of the dramas and stuff that can come up, I remember saying, like, wow, here I am, celibate, haven't been with anybody for years. I, really have learned all my patterns with men. And now it's my own daughter talking to me in ways that is just like, I can't see the forest from the fucking trees. And that you're choosing this embodiment consistently, right? Because she would look at me and say, I'm a teenager. I can control what I say. And I'd be like, are you kidding me? You just did by saying that. The fact that you would even use, I'm a teenager, I can't control what I say as an excuse or to justify what you say doesn't even make any sense at all, right? Like, what the fuck? So, Amberless Shaw, sometimes when my kids play sad music, I leave it and I decide to just feel it. Yeah. Sometimes too. Love to love. I took my late daughter, I took my daughter who's in her middle 20s to the Barbie movie. Oh my God, I started bawling my eyes off. I had to put my fingers in my ears. I didn't want to feel. Really? Gosh, sweetie. Just gonna see if you have a channel that I can sub to. And I already am. I thought I was. Okay, now I remember. I'm just going to blue you so that you can take part in, partaking of pressing on channels, finding other people, or sharing anything you would so choose to add here. Welcome. Welcome to the Blue Crew, sweetie. Thanks for being here. How are golfers, love? I was just looking at that golf video, yeah. Hi, Jason Ghost Hunter. Hi from Sydney, Australia. Raw, right on. So do you really hunt for ghosts, or do they just naturally come to you? Might be a weird question, but I don't really have to hunt for that stuff, for anything like that. Amber Lilla doesn't belittle so much as just cutting to the point, but Hannah sure does. I get exactly what you mean, and Lily is a little bit of both. She will get to a point so freaking fast, or yeah. Alex says, are you kidding? I don't need coffee. I'm in bed. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I just had a coffee before I started. Hi, Diaz and Peter Smith. I'm doing good, Peter. How are you? Card number 19, Hecate, the in-between. You are standing in the liminal spaces between what was and what will be, who you have been and who you are becoming. The Greek goddess of crossroads and in-between, Hecate, welcomes you to her domain and reminds you that neither place is your home. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. Now is not the time for hasty action or stubbornness, but fierce self-inventory. Bless the past for what it's provided and release all attachments to the stories of what was. Because now is the time to understand the responsibilities required of you as you move forward into a new version of yourself that is as yet unformed. Who do you want to become? What kind of life are you prepared to live, and how will you wisely yield your power to co-create a new world that's beneficial for others and not just yourself? You have the magic of Hecate pulsing through you and calling you to answer. Say yes. Step into the unknown to discover what is not yet manifest. As soon as you do, the goddess Hecate will bring her eternal torch to light your way. Mitzi, wisdom. Card number 35. Experience woven together with knowledge creates a beautiful thing. Wisdom. Its parts are intertwined like finely made rope that is so strong it can't be cut. Wisdom, once earned, becomes an essential part of you. Right now, the Greek goddess of wisdom, Mitzi, says, know what you have to do in your current circumstances. The real question is, do you have the courage and commitment to make the wise choices? Your answer is to not hide. You're being invited to look within rather than without. Take the wisdom you already have and apply it to all of your questions. Perhaps, however, you instead need to draw forth the humility to find someone wiser to weigh in. In this powerful time, others might seek you out for your wisdom. This is also an auspicious period when new relations founded on deep truths shared with others. You are entering a potent period of your life to share all that you are and all you've learned. Extraordinary things are possible, and the goddess Métis reminds you of your wisdom and the need to express it. I'm going to pull a third goddess card. Do like a trinity and energy of that. And the third goddess is Nike, ambition. Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present to the beauty and richness discovered in your life so far. You have come the distance. What are your wins? Celebrating them is the key right now to enabling you to co-create even more. You live in a world where you might have felt that you were not allowed to celebrate your victories lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in authentic ways. Being successful at this game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. It's either or, eh? Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, releasing the ideas that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity. This is the true power of the Victory Goddess Nike, expressed through you. Goddess Nike has another message to share. If you've been struggling to move to the next level of your life, working hard, putting the time and effort in, you will soon find you're finally winning. Your determination and commitment to your intentions are manifesting in your life with beautiful results. And when you're winning, the world wins too. Remember to share your bounty. Love to love. That's why AirPods are awesome. I swear they can tune out anything. My son and I will get along that way also. You listen to his stuff, I'll listen to mine. Roar. I can't wear things like, in or on my ears. So I use my me to tune out because I can't do that. Love to love. My boss says I'm crazy for stopping and says I have a right to sing and dance, but it just gets on his nerves so bad. I understand, so I appease him. Yeah, I've pissed some people off by being like ready to go right in the morning, and it's like it's surreal if you think about it, right? You get to work, you're all gung-ho and like kind of bouncing up and down and saying stuff, and everybody's like half asleep and you're pissing them off. I remember when I lived in British Columbia in 2010, I worked at, what is it called? Like a place. We took calls, a phone center. And it was on the industrial road. It was exactly 11 point something kilometers from where I lived on Mary Street, Chilliwack, British Columbia. And I would bike to work. At first I couldn't make it with the bike. Like I had to like get off the bike as soon as I hit an overpass and stuff. And it only took 2 weeks and it was taking me like 45 minutes. But the first couple of weeks, whoa. But after I got my groove on and really knew like which side streets to take, and I would get to work like literally on purpose a half an hour to 40 minutes ahead of time. So the ride itself took me 45 minutes. That's with stopping to get a coffee. Then I would sip my coffee as I would look at the mountains. I was right in the middle of the Fraser Valley, and all I had to do was look up anyway, and there's mountains and eagles and stuff like that. So by the time I walked into work or people started getting out of their cars, I had been, wide awake for over 3 hours. I had my full first coffee, and I had, physically worked out by getting to work on the bike. And I can still remember just certain ladies, she'd be like, don't even fucking talk to me. I know you're happy. I know you're feeling good. I haven't even had my first coffee yet. I just got out of bed a half an hour ago. And it would be like, okay, tell me when I can talk to you. Right? I'll be quiet until you can handle some happiness. Oh my God. Love to love, oh my God. My child, too. I love you, man, but I swear, calling me stuff what? Oh my gosh, I finally just had him stop. Stop calling me old. Yeah, certain things just like, you know, if I wouldn't. Anyways, love to love me too. 15 years. Yep, my friends keep saying, what's wrong with you? I just say, I don't know. I just don't feel like I don't even feel like being with anyone. Yeah. Hasn't been 15 years for me, but who knows? Who knows? Love to love the freaking Barbie movie. Can you believe it? The freaking Barbie movie. Oh, lol. I was cracking up though. We had so much fun. That was weird. I don't know. It was just fun being with her. Awesome. But I used to cry at McDonald's commercials growing up, so I'm just extra sensitive. LOL, McDonald's commercials. Oh my gosh. I can't remember crying over McDonald's commercials, but I remember crying over certain like commercials and stuff like that, or being mad. Like it's a lifelong thing for me. Even this morning, I saw something on Instagram, and the girl's hair's not truly messy. It's a fake, right? It's a fake mess, and they want to show me how the fucking brush works so good. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with advertising that you just don't take somebody's fucking hair that's all tangled for real and then use that as a fucking, you know what I mean? Like the way that all like commercials for like cleaners, it's a white carpet and white walls, and everything just turns out so perfectly magically delicious, once you use the product or whatever. And it's just like the fact that we're in 2023 and the advertising is still and even worse than even was before. The fact that we even know now, right, that the food that's taken a picture of to put on a box or on anything, it's not even real. Like they use motor oil for maple syrup on pancakes because you can't put maple syrup on pancakes and then take a picture perfectly. The maple syrup absorbs, so they use fucking motor oil and shit. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, but it's just like this world is so fucking surreal to me that this part's not done yet. You know what I mean? And I just think how much people love shiny edited bullshit, right? It's just surreal. I'm gonna move around again, and I will be right back. Love to love. I love you, girl. You and I experienced a lot of the same stuff. Fortunately, I gotta go. Love you. I need to pick him up and get him another, or choose to get him another phone. Right on. Hi, Dietrich. How's it going? Dietrich Goins. Welcome. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab another couple cards and I'm gonna probably be done after. I would love to, sweetie. Like Spirit Skywatcher, Nature Lover. I couldn't stay for a card earlier. Could you pull me one? Yes. I'm gonna go with the crystal energy. Crystal Spirits, Oracle. I know, eh, sweetie? Yeah, I see it too. Love waves drifting forever. Well, something weird's happening to the chat. Yes. Yes. This is not the right book, sweetie. Okay, so it's card number 23. Like Superior Skywatcher, Nature Lover, U-Class. 2 and 3 is 5. This is not a crystal that I've ever personally seen or had in my reality. And I say that. It's possible that it's been in my, that I've seen it somewhere but just didn't know to recognize it. I have asked for this in certain craft shows and stuff like that. And the one thing that I remember being told is that's a higher end crystal than I prefer to carry. Because people will only buy things, you know, at arts and crafts shows between $5 and $20. So, like she says, sometimes I'll bring a few higher end items just so that people are aware that I have them. If we can, you know, get together a different way, right? Them go to her somewhere else. But she's like, it's not something that I carry with me when I come to these. So I've never had one myself, and it stands out because it's one that I want to bring into my reality someday. U-Class. Wisdom from within, inner truth, aligning with divine intelligence, trusting your own earned wisdom. And boom, I did a 3-card pull of the goddesses, and Mitzi, wisdom, was the middle one. Okay, so this is the second reference to wisdom. Where you are distracted by all the noise and stimulation, when you are, distracted by all the noise and stimulation that are part of our lives now, it can be hard to trust that you have what it takes to make wise choices. The appearance of U-Class Spirit is a sign that the valuable insights can be found through tapping in to your intuitive intelligence. And the part that, you know, the cards don't often speak about, not many spiritual people do, is, you know, even some of the most spiritually gifted people I've ever met, we all have things that we have bypassed or are bypassing. And how confusing it can be to find a community of people who do have gifts, but then to be in that awareness of just how many people have envy and jealousy still, or just how many people will not validate other people's gifts. They want their gifts validated, but they don't validate other people's gifts. And anyone who knows me or has, you know, been with me on my journey for the last 4.5 years, if there's one thing I strive to do, is to validate when I feel someone's power, whether it is a card reading to tell them and to give them clear examples, if it's me that they pulled for, of just how spot on they can be. Because if I can be that little voice inside of their head that comes up first instead of someone else's, right? Then that serves a greater good. There's certain masculine channel that I've had for years, and they are very fucking gifted. They're very wise. And it doesn't matter how much I've shared them out, how many years I've shared them out, they still have not attained, some of them even a couple hundred or the 1,000, depending. And it's just like the truth in plain sight of just how, when someone is gifted certain ways, a lot of people can lie to themselves and say, oh, he doesn't resonate with me. But it's more of a jealousy or an envy. And I'm not going to point out any of the channels, but like certain masculine who are like very fucking gifted musically, sharing without guile and without ads and without any pomposity and in the most humble way ever, but they don't get shared out. And that blows my mind. There are people who will do vids and risk copy strikes and say forever, like, you know, I could get a copy strike at any moment. And it's like, you got so many fucking brothers and sisters who fucking have created their own music, and you could be playing some of that, but choosing to always go back to certain things instead of, you know, sharing other people out and elevating them. And I don't know why it's coming up so much as I was reading this card, but it could be just because having the awareness of that sometimes to really see, right? Who are the ones that have that free flowing, want everybody seen and heard and found versus the other energy. And I don't know, take what resonates, leave the rest. I do trust myself that whatever comes out of me is for a reason. And, you know. Okay, the appearance of U-class spirit is a sign that valuable insights can be found through tapping into your intuitive intelligence. And when it comes to knowing the truth, there is no substitute for lived experience that has been recalled and examined. Through process of alchemy, your experiences have generated wisdom that can guide you when you feel lost or confused. You know more than you think. Trust your inner wisdom, for it's guided by the conscious universe. And that's the thing, is that we've been programmed since childhood to not trust our own instinct, from being very little and saying, I'm hungry, and being told, no, you can't have a snack right now, supper's in an hour, right? So we're very young and we don't even get to say, or nobody even cares if we're actually hungry, because we have to wait till it's the time. And how, you know, just how all encompassing that is. Just that one little example of how we grow up, right? Even in school, we say, put up her hand and may I go to the bathroom? And then we get told, no, recess is in 10 minutes. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I fucking know recess is in 10 minutes, right? It doesn't matter if I'm in grade 1, 2, or 3. I know. I wouldn't ask if I didn't need to go now. You know what I mean? And just all of that, right? And how this stuff has carries over into just our whole lives. It's like an eternal loop, right? Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, someone was telling me the other day, like, to what point, like, when their breaks are, and it's like breaks are even spread more far apart than they used to be in Canada, like Ontario regulations. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck can you be expected to, like, stand for 4 hours without, like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, you know, for no wonder some people can't think for themselves. They've been told their whole life, right? Certain things. Imagine a masculine who grew up with a mother or family that he only was allowed to eat when he was told it was time, then marrying into that same energy. Imagine being 45 years old and either the wife leaves or transitions. How the fuck do you know what to eat and when to eat? Or you keep the same habits because you never fucking were allowed to just do something even as an adult, right? Whew. 23 equals 5. Perfect. Right on. Love waves drifting forever. I'm going live myself in a few minutes, so I'll just say hi and see you soon, okay? I hope they don't leave the chat format like this. I find it very annoying. I just go with it. I'm grateful to have the ability to use a certain thing, and I just flow. It's fine. And when I'm going to be annoyed is when I'm going to be meant to be somewhere else. Really? Amber, the power went off for just a second here at work. Like Spirit Skywatcher, Nature Lover, for sure. 7, be supported. Right on. Okay, gotta go. Your eyes hurt? Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope something in there resonated, and I do apologize sometimes for the way that I'm in a reading and then it just goes off on a bunch of stuff, but that's one of the things that I've been guided to just allow through, and that when the message is there for someone, right, that's the way that they're meant to grab it. So this will be my last card, unless it leads me to another one. So I'm not necessarily pressed for time. I just feel that that's enough out of me. Right on. Ooh. Neato. This card has come up. I can't remember if it was like last week or the week before, but this being said, I'm not grabbing this deck, every day when I do stream, but it did come up in the last 8 days, let's just say. 16, 17, 18. Serendipity. Serendipity, opportunity aligned with readiness, the awareness of synchronicities, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. The Oracle's message: you stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonates in exquisite harmony. Now is a time for luck and preparation to meet and to create miracles that you could have never planned by yourself. Keep in mind, you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so much. Relationship message: Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or you're about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life, and only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs that Spirit brings. Wow, that gave me shivers. You are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful that the stars are aligned in your favor and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. Choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities that are now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. Roar. I don't know who that's for. Sounds yummy though. Love you guys. Have a beautiful afternoon.